In this module, we will try to do Pandas, introduction to Pandas. If you know Python and don't know Pandas, you should start paying attention. Pandas is a way how you can manipulate data in Python fairly easily. It is something like you have a table and you can work with the table. It's good for summarizing data and keeping track of things. Pandas is a package in Python. It is built upon NumPy, and the main structure that is in it is a data frame that will look a little bit like one sheet in Excel, and it lets you do some basic manipulation with the entries. Right? So it's fast, it's flexible, and it has nice features that it can easily let you load data. It can do it from CSV files, Excel files, databases, from internet URL, and it helps you to prepare the data for machine learning. It can do some cleaning, transformation of data, and it can do the steps as commands in Python, so you will have a history of what you did, and you can try to do the same thing again by rerunning a script that you wrote. So there is some level of reproducibility. That's sometimes hard to do in Excel. Pandas, we said, built on top of NumPy's two main things: series, which you could think of as a list that has index, and data frame, which is a two-dimensional list or matrix. When you want to load Pandas, typical thing is write import pandas as pd. So pd will be the keyword that will start all the things that are in the library. Series is a one-dimensional array, one-dimensional object or list, and it has a index. So you could think of it that it's actually like two lists, or you could think of it as a dictionary. A dictionary has a key and value, so this also has keys and values. You can also build series out of a dictionary if you want to. You can build it out of list, and then the index will be automatic, or out of dictionary, and then the index will be the keys. Here is an example where you create series from a list, and then you add the index separately as another list. Right? So you see one list that contained a mix of numbers and strings. That's the second column that you see in the picture after starting with 7, and it's the first thing that comes in, and there is this optional argument index, which will create the first column that you see on the left, the AZCYE. this is example how series can be made from a dictionary. So we create first a dictionary. Right? You have the curly brackets, and you always have key colon value, key colon value. You have a bunch of these, and then you do pd.series in parentheses d, and this will create a new series and takes the d, the dictionary, as argument, and then the keys are the index, the column, and the values are the second column. Data frame is the other main structure. It's a data structure that has rows and columns. You could think of it as a two-dimensional array, or you can think of it as a matrix, or you can think of it as one spreadsheet in Excel or other similar spreadsheet software. You could also think about them at you have the rows that have the index, and you have a bunch of columns, and each column is a series. In a way, you can think of it as a bunch of series that have the same index. Okay? So row name is the index, column name will be the series separately. So data frame will be the main thing that we will work with. So how to create a data frame? So here is a easy way how to do it. First, you prepare a dictionary, and when you have a dictionary, you tell the data frame that you want to create out of a dictionary. Right? So I have a dictionary, and the dictionary has several keys, and each key corresponds to a list. Right? So I have a dictionary, bunch of keys. Each key is a list, and then I create data frame. Is the pd.data frame. I put the dictionary in it, and I say, hey, pick several columns in the data frame and pick them from the dictionary. So it says I should have here team wins and losses, and this will be now the columns, the column names in the data frame, and the values in each row are given by the lists that are in the dictionary. So the dictionary will give me values for the whole column, right? And now they are put together. So here is a little bit of NumPy. That's the thing that is under the hood of the Pandas. Okay? So NumPy has array, one-dimensional array. You can index it similar like you can index a list. But processing arrays is much faster than processing lists. NumPy array can be two-dimensional. You can have more dimensions. So if you initialize it with list of lists, then you'll get a 2D array, like a table, like this one. The difference is how you index it. So you can index it by first in square brackets picking the row and in square brackets picking the column. That is the same as you would index a list. That's the last example. And then there are the other two examples that you can index it by just one square bracket and you separate the coordinates by comma inside the square bracket. Right? The good thing about it is that you can use the slicing notation. So you can say, oh, I would like rows from 1 to 3, 1 included, 3 excluded, that's the index of it, and then columns from index 2 on. Okay? This is something that is hard to say with the list of lists. You can think of pandas as numpy arrays that have index on them. So if you have the series, it's a list of data, and then for each entry there is also index. So you could think of it as two lists, right, in a way. If you have the two-dimensional array, then it has the index for the rows, and it has also names of the columns. So it's like two-dimensional array plus two extra lists. Here is example how it looks, right? The data frame, it has two lists that are indexing in the columns A, B, C, D, the rows 1, 2, 3, 4, and the rest is the data in there. Or series, it has the data 5, 4, and so on, and the index is 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to index the column, you do the df and you write the name of the column. And similar thing, you can index series like you would be indexing a list, right? So here, interesting, first you index by columns if you do the data frame. If you want to select multiple columns in a data frame, you say that you want data frame, df. That's usually how the variable for data frame is named, and then square brackets. And in the square brackets, you put another square brackets, which is now a list. And in this list, you write the names of the columns that you want. And it will create a new data frame where only subset of the columns is chosen. If you have several series, you can put them together into a data frame. So here is an example where two series, S1 series that has index A, B, C, D, and series S2 that has index C, D, E, F. And you can create a data frame where you have two columns, A and B. Right? You can see that you are initializing the data frame by a dictionary, and you initialize it by the dictionary. And then you say that the series S1 will be column A and the series S2 will be column B. And if you create a data frame this way, the indices are combined, and then you can see the red data appear in the red blob on the data frame on the right, and the green appear in the green part. What is interesting to notice is that there are few values that are undefined. Like the series S2 doesn't have anything for index A. Then there will be not a number in the data frame. Pandas has tricks on slicing. Ooh. So here is what you can do is that you have a big data frame, and you would like to have a subset of it, right? So I have a data frame, and I would like to pick some columns from it, maybe including columns that do not exist, and rows, maybe including rows that do not exist. So there is this command df.reindex, and there you do what are the rows, which is called index, and what is the list of columns, and you will get a new data frame where if some values are not present, you will get the number, and the rest you will get numbers copied from the original data frame. you can merge two data frames. I have two data frames, I can merge them, and what happens is that you pick what are they merged on. Here they are merged on name, and then the column name is identified in both of the data frames, and if it exists, if it has value in both of the data frames, the remaining columns are put after each other. Okay? Sometimes it may be interesting to specify which of these are used. So you can decide what are the columns that you are trying to merge on. So if you do the merge, you can say what is the name of the column in one of them, in the first one, and what's the name of the column in the second one, and then you will create entries where these columns are matching. Pandas tutorials are all over the internet. You're welcome to try to look at other places. We will use Pandas a lot, so I hope you will manage to get the basics. And here there'll be no more slides. I will do a little bit more of entertainment, showing how to read the data from files, and it's one of the nice things, how to easily import the data into the program.